And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the second half of the broadcast. In a sense, we just wrapped up the upper bracket. We just wrapped up, and of course, Strange just took down Wayne, and Strange is waiting in the grand finals for the winner of these next set of matches here. We have the lower bracket semi-finals. Let's go. We are jumping into a fresh best of 3 series, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the blue Protoss player representing Team Little Fairy. It is Shameless. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player. It is GgMaChine. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as you jump into a fresh best of 3. Now, for some greater context here, GgMaChine, he just went on a tear. Actually, you can very quickly see it here. GgMaChine, he took down Milky Cow 2-0 and Nicarak 2-0 to make it through into the lower bracket semis, where here he's up against who? Up against Shameless. Shameless, he just got cheesed out in the upper bracket by Wayne. Wayne, he was able to be hyper aggressive and bring Shameless down. But I guess, again, for some context, the winner of this series plays against Wayne. Like Wayne, he's waiting for the winner of this very series in a best of 5. And who will face up against him? Will it be a ZvZ or another PvZ? Will Shameless have his chance at revenge, or will GgMaChine instead have his first crack at Wayne? For now, Hatchgas Pool. Now, when it comes to our setup, when it comes to our players here, we did speak earlier in the Wayne series how Shameless thrives in a longer game, and Wayne typically tries to end the game early, specifically in the ZVP matchup. And here it's a different dynamic. Here I would still stand by saying that Shameless, he thrives in the mid to late game, and if he can get there, he can look incredible. Meanwhile, GgMaChine, he's not as aggressive. He's not as all-in or cheeky or tricky with his builds. Like, he's not as animalistic as Wayne. That's the way that I would put it. And he's a little bit more standard, a little bit more macro-oriented. So because of that, I do favor Shameless, as if we're going to be getting into more standard games. I feel like that's where Shameless can thrive. But we'll see. Maybe GgMaChine will change his approach. As a reminder, Shameless, I believe, is the reason... Yes, Shameless is the reason why GgMaChine got knocked down to lower bracket to begin with. This is a rematch from the upper bracket earlier. And remember, they were having some really long games. Very long games. We could get there again. Assuming that GgMaChine still plays standard. Part of me wants to believe that maybe he won't after that first series, but I feel like that's where we're headed. That does threaten the shade. Stalker will zone away. Behind this should be a Stargate opener. Yep, Stargate opener into Oracle. Everything's looking normal. Now, again, these are just very different players here compared to the top 2 that we just featured. What I mean by that is that, likewise, Strange was also crazy with his own builds last series, right? Strange was going into Glaive Adepts, into different kind of Glaive Adepts, into different kind, like, again, we saw 3 different builds with Glaive Adepts. And we also saw a rush into Skytoss as well, with a double Stargate mass carrier kind of setup. We don't expect any of that here from Shameless. Like, Shameless, he can play Stargate into Glaives. Like, that is something that he has done maybe once in the past, but that's usually not what he thrives in. Like, that's usually not his go-to. Usually it's just, you know, Oracle into a third base, into +1 Blink Stalker, into splash damage, into a standard game. Okay. Oracle pokes in, gets one. Gets 1 druid so far. Oh, right, my apologies. I do apologize. Gamba's late, but Gamba by now would have closed. Yes, but now Gamba would have closed, but was Gamba time at 1 point. Oracle's ready to pin. Getting a couple of drones. It's going to be 3 drone kills so far. Not bad. Yeah, not bad here from Shameless. From here, he pulls away. He's got a couple of depths of support. And hold his own. Twilight Council on the way, going to be going for +1 in charge. Oh, okay. Now, I spoke about how Shameless is a little bit more mid to late game oriented. I stand by that, but this is going to be an earlier timing. This is going to be an earlier timing with +1 in charge and with Archons as well. So this is a more aggressive build here from Shameless. It doesn't hit as quickly as Glaives. It doesn't hit as quickly as what Strange was going for, but it does hit earlier nonetheless, earlier than a standard kind of game. And ideally, this is designed to punish a player that skips roaches. GgMaChine, he's skipping roaches. +1 melee's on the way. We spoke about this last series as well. This should be for Ling Hydra. So it looks like Ling Hydra, you usually rush into melee if you plan on skipping roaches. And again, if GgMaChine is skipping roaches, then, oh boy, Chargedel's taken over well. Now, you can defend against this without roaches if you have a Bangling Nest, but likewise, oh god, we're rushing into Hive. Yeah, we're Hydroden into Infestation Bit, into Hive Tech, into Lurkers. GgMaChine is being so greedy. Oh boy. He's being very greedy in terms of his tech. And I'm concerned for him. Oh boy. I'm concerned. Here comes the initial Archon drop. Waiting for the Zealot Warpins. Okay, Archon into the main. Queens are in position. Archons are deflected. Zealots warping in. Army's revealed. And we'll see if GgMaChine can save the expansion. It's gonna be a tough hold. It's gonna be a tough hold here. Oh. Does want to overextend. Actually, Luna dropping to the main. Prism taking a lot of hits. A couple of Zealots get surrounded. But the Warpin will complete. And again, he has control of the main. Zealots busts into the middle line. Ideally, he wants to go for this ramp. Catching out Overlords. And catching GgMaChine out of position. Means they're racing over. They're trying to race over. Nice round from these Zerglings. 13 drones go down. Prism falls. Takes down the Warp Prism, and GgMaChine, he holds. He holds on. Now, if we got another Warpin of Zealots, I mean, even here, this is critical damage. But imagine one more Warpin of Zealots. That would have been game. That would have been game then and there. But alas, GgMaChine holds. GgMaChine, he does hold on. Again, that was still a very efficient trade from Shameless. Very efficient. Killing 18 drones, actually killing more, but 18 drones, 20, 78 Lings, 6 Queens. That is brutal damage. Oh, and GgMaChine, oh god no, he cannot go for the run by, not like this. He's trying to take up into Lurkers. There we go, 3 Lurkers are on the way, but I do favor Shameless here. Shameless, he comes out ahead. He definitely had the option and the opportunity to kill GgMaChine, for sure, but wasn't quite able to get the Warpin off, so didn't quite get the kill. The game will continue. That's a lot of charge Archon. Oh boy. Might be the only one who can, but it's a little bit awkward to call out predictions just because there is a delay. There's a delay on stream. So it's a bit awkward to call it out. Shout out to those who are attentive enough to notice. Defection has arrived. So far there are 5 Lurkers. I do think that it's possible for Shameless to break this position. But for now he pulls away. Pulls away, he rotates. To the main. This time it's not going to be as effective. Hide as they move in. So far 6 drone kills, some okay damage. But GgMaChine, he's slowly catching up his supply. Like, it was a rough start, very rough start, but he survived. Lived. And we're getting into a longer game. Ah, god. Yeah, Shameless is now going into Sky Toss. claiming his fourth. GgMaChine going for a link run by. Does get an immortal. Very nice around. Takes down the immortal. Meanwhile, the main army of Shameless getting called out as well. GgMaChine making the moves happen. Does have the moves. Likewise, Elrond gets 5 more drones. Distracts the Zerg player. Distracts GgMaChine. Meanwhile, making 2 Tempests at a time. 2 Immortals as well. Shameless, if given time, his army will snowball out of control, but he needs to survive. Just a little bit longer. He's almost there. GgMaChine is looking for another way in. Still in a very low drone counts, which is a bit of a concern. Trying to collapse forward. Here come the storms. Yeah, storms on the lurkers. No detection though. Uh-oh. Yeah, no detection. Detection was sniped. Shameless, he's in trouble. Lurker's gonna be moving in. Tempest, they hold their own. Chat to the cannon. Cannon does provide some detection. He's flooding in towards the main. He's trying to move in, but Shameless should be able to clean this up. He has a Tempest. Tempest does force back GgMaChine. Loses 12 workers. Oh, and hopefully everything's okay. Looks like we have a bit of a pause. Bit of a pause here, but again, overall, GgMaChine did a great job when it comes to recovering in this game. When it comes to forcing back his opponent, the drone count is lackluster for GgMaChine. That's what I'm most concerned by. He does have Hive tech. He does have Hydra Lurker tech with Hive, but as the Skytoss army builds up, as we're preserving more Skytoss units like Tempest and Carriers, that is where Corruptors are a must. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Hopefully everything's okay from the side of Shameless. Hopefully. But again, I mean, Shameless, he did a great job early on when it came to like breaking through and getting damage done. As you mentioned, like if he had an extra warp in, if he kept the Prism alive, then there's a chance that he could have ended the game. From here, GgMaChine is making a game out of this. I still think he still is at the disadvantage. Like he still needs more time to recover. There is a chance for him to take a better fight with Hydra Lurker. If he can get a full surround, he can shut down his opponent. But that's gonna be a big if. It's gonna be bigger. Oh, that looks like a player's already.
Game resumed.
Players are ready. Again, hopefully everything's okay. GgMaChine morphing in more lurkers. Likewise, now joining up, will need another expansion, but is now starting to focus on this saturation. There it is, Spire is on the way. Working towards the Spire, does take bottom right. Getting another expansion. Will continue, and I do appreciate that GgMaChine is not tunnel visioning too much on this kind of mid-tier army. Again, that's a lot of supply in Hydras, which doesn't mean much against a bunch of storms. even a handful of them. So you want to slowly phase out these Hydras and replace them with Corruptors. Go into Nidus Corruptor. So run around the right hand side. GgMaChine, he does notice. That's a lot of Tempest. How many do we have? 8, Jesus. 8 Tempest for Shameless. At this point, that's enough. Like you don't want to make any more than that. I want to say like around 6 is the sweet spot. It's Tempest a Bleed the Ground army. Nidus Worm is on the way. Both armies are maxing out. I'm still not fond of this army composition from GgMaChine. Like, he needs to make room for Vipers and Infestors and Spellcasters. Right now, there are 0 Spellcasters for our Zerg player, so in a head-on fight, I do favor Shameless, but I also understand that GgMaChine has a more mobile army, and he can counterattack and backstab. Go bases on the way. So we could changeling into the main. There's the Nidus into said main base. Tempest getting 3 shots, but the Nidus is gonna finish. Ooh, never mind. There's a recall. And Mothership does recall back home. 1 lurker does swap out. Just the 1 lurker. There's that lunge. Oh, now zoning storms. And you can see as we're bleeding out Hydras, Corruptors. 8 Corruptors in production. GgMaChine, he is slowly refining his army. He's getting there. I mean, still too many Hydras. We still have to get rid of more of them. But he's getting there. He's getting there. Shameless, he has to work through that creep. Both armies building up their banks. Interesting positioning with GgMaChine. There's not a lot of lurkers is the problem. It does go for the base, the Nexus is going to go down. But I worry whether or not he can escape. Gets 21 probes. General lurkers, only 1 lurker gets out. Just 1. Shameless moving in. 21 correct. Yo, I mean, I said earlier that we want to shave off some Hydra and replace them with Corruptors. That is true, but 21 is a bit excessive here. Getting up to 34 Corruptors. That will be more than enough. Now, you typically don't need that much. There's going to be quite a bit of overkill here, but okay. GgMaChine is sharking around. At this point, he can reset the Tempest count. He has more than enough Corruptors. It's over. Now we have more Stargates being thrown down. These feel a bit late, but they're on the way. Still a lot of posturing. We have a second army on the right hand side. Now from this movement, the creep is lacking here for GgMaChine, so Shameless can have an easier time rotating through the bases. As here we go for the dive. Yeah, Corruptors, he dives in. He should take down every single Tempest, but it's not about the Tempest, not anymore. Oh, as again, the army does take a lot of storms to the face. It does get very battered, very bruised. But we can still totally dive in. The other recall. Ooh, nice recall. Yeah, recalls over to the right hand side. Does find the main army. Catching on more Corruptors. Now Shameless, he just bullies back to GgMaChine. Now this should not be happening. This is where I mean, for the most part, Shameless has been ahead throughout the last 15 minutes. But this should not be happening. I'm referring to the goal base. The goal base should be in favor of the Zerg. For the Protoss to take it, that is brutal. Aye, aye, aye. Listen to the main, there's the recall. Oh, Corruptors, they think about it. They think about the dive. Hatchery goes down. Slow and steady here for Shameless. Catching out the changelings. Does catch him out. From GgMaChine, it's up to him to try to take a better engagement or to force back his opponent, right? To force him back home to buy more time. But so far, there's no counterattack. There's nothing keeping away Shameless's attention. Zooms in, takes down the base. And GgMaChine, again, he just cannot really engage with the main army. It's just not quite possible. What does he have to work with? How many lurkers? 15. Okay, the lurk count is solid. He's got a lot of lurkers. If he brings everything together, I do think he can take a fight. The lurkers in the Nidus? There we go. A little bit confused. There's nothing in the Nidus quite yet. Shameless getting caught out. Oh god, dude, Jesus. The storms are brutal. Yeah, he didn't get caught out. He perfectly fine. Now, if Shameless can, if GgMaChine, if he can surround the army, then I can see this working. They get Vipers, they get feedbacked. Corruptors, they go for the dive, they get one, they get two. They get every single Tempest. They should all go down. Remember, it's not about that. It's going to be about the ground army instead. Oh, God. Yeah, as the Archons, they punish this. They got so many Corruptors. Oh, Corruptors do go down. And behind this, we're just building up more Tempest again. Okay, I thought we would take a break. I thought we would just calm down and go for like a blink transition or blink really more than anything. But nope. Just double down. Keep going, buddy. Keep going. Now we have 8 corruptors. Yes, it's only 8 corruptors. Shameless, he will not be stopped. He'll take down the expansion. And honestly, you just keep going. Oh god, Jesus. Brutal storms on the links, brutal storm with the lurkers as well. The storms, they don't end. Storms everything. And with that, GG gets caught. GgMaChine's army crumbles. And Shameless will take a 1-0 lead. GG. Again, very impressive play there by Shameless. Shameless just playing it safe after gaining a lead early on. He was able to cripple his opponents. Didn't quite kill his opponent here. Didn't quite kill GgMaChine, but he had the option to. Just take it safe. With that, he will take a lead in the series, and now we're getting ready for our next matchup. Up next is going to be Game 2. Between both Shameless and GgMaChine. That was only Game 1. Only Game 1. We're jumping into Game 2. Here we go. This Game 2 is going to be on ley lines. Oh boy. And again, Persephone, just because of the base layouts, we do often see that kind of split map scenario, cut the map horizontally in half. But that is less so the case on other maps. So we'll see how our players will approach ley lines. See how they'll approach it. Bearing in mind, we still have Wayne waiting for the winner of the series. So Wayne, and we also still have, of course, Strange waiting for the winner of that series as well. Oh boy. I have been sipping on some coffee, but it's not helping with the fatigue, I'll be honest. It's not helping too much, Fat. It's not helping. So I'm like that's why I don't know if you noticed, but I'm pausing quite a lot during the cast. So pausing, I'm muting quite a lot during the cast, and that's usually me like getting up and like doing some squats. I'm trying to keep myself active. But here we go. We're jumping in the game, número 2. And spawning in the top right-hand corner here of Leylands, we have the red Zerg player. We have the red Zerg player himself. We have the red Zerg down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can recover and force the ace match. It is GgMaChine. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player representing the little fairy down in the series. Sorry, leading the series 1-0, and 1 game away from advancing on to face up against Wayne in the next round. It is a Shameless. Let's go. The Pro Birth. Oh, hello. Bienvenidos. As we do open up with a hatch block. Okay. So hatch block here out of GgMaChine. Again, this is not to go all in. This is not a cheese. This is designed to force a delayed economy. This will be delaying the Nexus. You can see here 4 pros being pulled off the mineral line, and most likely will chrono out a Zealot as well. A Zealot to deal with this. Then into, of course, the eventual expansion. You can see here, no gases. We do have another hatchery, so this is a hatch opener into spawning pool, most likely into delayed gases from GgMaChine. Most likely. As Zelda's being chronoed. Cyber Core is on the way. And this should be cancelled. Like, this should not be killed, should be cancelled here before it does complete. I would hope, there we go. I would hope to be the case. There's a cancellation. Tip raises while seated are good. glide skipping on sleep to flex on upper squats. Ah, the flex is real. Hold on, I'm looking up tip raises. Oh, I'm not familiar with this. Exercise involves lifting your toes upwards while keeping your heels grounded. Okay, interesting. Okay, I'm learning something. Let's go. But outside of that standard opener, of course, it was a delayed expansion, kind of delayed setup here. So early on, it's going to be a bit of a more uncomfortable start for Shameless, but overall, should be able to settle into his own setup, into his Stargate, of course, into an Oracle-based opener. Adepts, they do shade across the map. And they shade into the main. They can one-shot drones. They get one. They get one drone so far. And they shouldn't get another. They will. Yeah, they get 2 drone kills. Do we get 3? Not quite. So two drones for 2 adepts. I would say that is a better trade for GgMaChine. He does defend well. Ideally, Shameless did want some more for his adepts. So GgMaChine, he does defend. Third base is now being taken. Link speed kicks in, and he has gained map control. From here, ooh, the third base is going to be under fire, but the Oracle should come out in time to defend. It's going to be close, though. Link's epic in. And Shameless holds. Shameless does hold on. Now we can settle into our game. It's 4 AM here in Australia. How are you awake? It's 4 AM here in Australia, and this is our second cast of the day. We were casting, just before this, we were casting Sparkling Tunic Up. Sparkling Tunic Up. Fun fact, Sparkling Tunic Up, I think, ended at around 11:40-ish, like just before midnight. And then we started casting this at 1 AM. 1 AM. So bam, back to back. Sparkling Tunic Up, we took an hour break, and then bam, we're here with Fire Grid Cup. And what we were going to do is we were going to finish wrapping this up, and then 6 hours from this message, we were going to have another cast. but I decided to reschedule for the other cast, because I think sleep would be nice. Sleep would be nice at some point. It would be nice. A little bit. Shameless does maintain his third. Yes, fueled by passion. And today, a little bit of caffeine. A little bit of caffeine. Again, just the lack of sleep over the past week is slowly adding up on me. Ah. We'll make it. We'll make it. Looking forward to getting some proper sleep today, though. I would hope. Fingers crossed. We do have a Blink follow-up here. Standard follow-up going into Blink and +1. And juice that I see. Ooh, I see Overlord Speed on the way. Now, coming into this series, if you recall at the start of the series in Game 1, I spoke about how GgMaChine, he's usually a much more standard player. He goes into a longer game state. I feel like, you know, we were validated in Game 1 for that. But here, that is a German taxi. We're loading up. We're calling up the taxi. We're calling up the Uber. And we are going to be pushing across the map with Queens, with Lings, with Roaches. This is an all-in. So GgMaChine cutting workers at 62, 63 even. That is under 3-way saturation. And it's all or nothing for GgMaChine. Back at home, what does Shameless have to defend? 1 shield battery. 1 shield battery. That's a lot of stalkers. There we go. Cannons on the way. No 4th expansion. And here comes the all-in. It's all or nothing for GgMaChine. Massing up Lings, massing up Roaches. Stalkers, oh, they do run into the army. They get caught out. No blink. Oh my god, brutal pick off. Yeah, Shameless, he should not have been here. He did not know there was an all-in coming. Misread out of Shameless. It does misread. Did not realize what was happening. Bleeds out how many? Bleeds out 2 stalkers. The all-in is here, and Shameless, he needs more time. He wasn't ready for this. Now trading with the Lings. Oh! Takes down one Overlord. Takes down Overlord. Stasis goes off. here, pulls away. Is dealing with the links quite well, but there's still just so much recharger behind this. Shameless, can he hold on? So far, trading against the links well. He needs those roaches. Oh. So it's away the Dropper Lord. Oracles, they do get a revelation. Station's right behind this. GgMaChine, he backs off, he retreats, he backs off from the all-in. Ooh. And he's expanding, getting an Evo chamber. He is somewhat droning up as well. I haven't seen too much success when it comes to trying to transition out of the all-in, but let's go. He's going for it. Now, what is scary is that Shameless, again, it was a late reaction to the all-in. He got away with it, and now he's taking, right? He's taking up. We have +2 on the way. We have Storm on the way. Charge on the way as well. Robo alongside all of that. Shameless in a pretty good position here. Currently, GgMaChine does have the supply lead, but the soup does lie. The supply does lie. That supply is mainly the Roach Ravager. Doesn't scale too well into a longer game. Do have the Hive on the way, and GgMaChine is working towards Hive Tech, towards Hydra Lurker Viper. Or I should say just Hydra Lurker. Like, we didn't get to see any Vipers last game. As GgMaChine is shocking around, we do have the Sinitis, the Lurker down on the way. Again, he's just slowing down, he's teching up. This is allowing Shameless to likewise also recover. Claim his own fourth. Oh. Oh, my full dropper goes down. Ay, ay, ay. And here come the storms to punish it. A little bit premature. But the storms are ready. Now there's only 2 storms left. And he cannot waste them. We're bringing extra High Templar, extra Zealots. Wes does move in. Again, he doesn't want to waste those storms. Doesn't want to waste them. Speaking of, there's a storm, a decent storm on the Hydras. It is sending them. Another storm as well. And Shameless, he is doing it. Ooh, brutal storms. And does he have one more left? Not quite. Morphing in the Archon. He's out of storms. Stalkers are going down. And not the best trade here from Shameless, but he has reinforcements coming in. The Archons are busy in the mineral line. We need them here on the front lines. Yeah, the army's just a little bit chaotic. The Archons now moving in. And now Stalkers, they can break through. There we go. There comes the blink. Shameless, he will overwhelm the army. He shuts down the Ravagers, the Hydras as well. Again, Shameless, he had a more awkward start. He was caught off guard by the all-in, by the German taxi, but we survived it. We saw the GgMaChine, he attempted to transition, attempted to get into a longer game state. He couldn't quite get there. 0 lurkers. Shameless will punish. And with that, GG gets called. Shameless, he will overwhelm. He will snowball out of control. He survives the attempted German taxi. And with that, he snowballs into a win. GG. GG, well played. Again, an impressive defense there by Shameless, considering the fact that he had no idea what was going on, considering the fact that he was caught out on the map as well. He was able to recall back, he was able to blink, have really solid blink control to preserve himself, to trade against the Lings, to trade against the rest of the army, of course. We saw that GgMaChine tried to transition out of it by expanding and teching, but again, I would say a little bit too greedy. He was taking him into Hive and getting ready for Hive Tech when he wasn't quite there yet with everything else. GG. GG will play it, as again, he just didn't quite have an economy to get into that kind of game state. And with that, Shameless, he will take the win, he will take the series, and that means we have our next matchup ready for us. It's going to be a best of 5. Oh boy, best of 5, not a best of 3, but a best of 5 lower bracket finals between Shameless and Wayne. This is going to be a rematch. Now, Wayne and Shameless, they faced off earlier in the upper brackets. Let me just catch up.